All right, y'all. Y'all see what time it is? Y'all know what this channel about. Bring you nothing but the facts. So, let's get into it. Today we gonna touch on Tallahassee versus Sapp. Right here. Let me get into detail about this, on why some of these things still go on in this world today, so you can have a much more clear understanding of what's going on when these situations occur. Now, as you can see, number 19, it is not the duty of the police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation and arrest code breakers. Sapp versus Tallahassee. Griff versus City of Philadelphia. Lynch versus New York City. Department of Justice. And so on and so on, as you can see. Now, here's what happened here. And I'm going to break this down and go into detail about it. So if you know about anything about law enforcement and working for these big companies and these corporations, even being a lawyer, working for the courthouse, correctional officers, etc., anything dealing with law enforcement, their job is to protect the corporation. And what they basically mean by this is, let's say an incident occur, like you've seen a lot of lately, police killings, you know, and they saying killing black people and so on and so on. And before I start, I want to make this clear. This is not no Black Lives Matter movement or anything of that sort. I'm not with none of that. This is a All Lives Matter movement. And this is just pointing out the facts and the truth. So basically what happens here, if you part of law enforcement, you know that anytime situations occur with officers on responding to stuff and they have to draw their weapon or use any type of physical force, what comes after that in the background that you don't see or know about if you're not part of law enforcement is the writing part. So what happens is you sit down and you explain what happened in detail, whatever scenario took place at the time. But the thing of it is this. The truth of it is they work together. So let's say the officer could have been wrong. The officer could have been right. At the end of the day, their job is to protect each other and the corporations. So they're going to write themselves out of this situation with the help of their fellow co-workers, the staff. They come together, write reports, draw it up real nice, make it sound good, protect each other. And it's just a game. It's just how it go. So you're never really, when you think about it, sometimes you win in this situation, but a lot of times you don't. Because their job is clearly, like I say, to protect the corporation. So you have to stick together in this matter. So it's not going to look good with, you know, them siding with the public or, you know, outside of the corporation. Because there's consequences that can come behind that. And not only that, their job is to, like it says, protect the corporation so that they not getting sued and looking bad as a collective, as a whole. That's why they have these regulations and codes and statutes put into place. If you ever notice, too, if you're watching the news and stuff like that, these people are not allowed to talk to the media. And that's all for a reason. It's all because of this right here. Their job is to protect the corporation. You don't see none of them people who did the shooting, the killing, or whatever took place live on the media explaining what happened. You normally see, if somebody is talking in the media, you normally see maybe somebody like the captain or the commissioner, something like that, speaking on the behalf of it, but not the actual victims or the actual people who was a part of the situation that took place. This even goes on in the courthouse. It's just not about the police. It goes for lawyers too. They're officers of the court. All those people work together. The judges, the lawyers, the clerk, they all go hand in hand. That's why you can never win in court. That's why you have to have a lawyer to speak for you, because you have no rights. It's all a big circus game. They all work together. These lawyers ask you for all this money. It's extortion. It's what you call organized chaos. They all work together. They collect your money. They split it and have a good time with it and decide what they're going to do with your life and your rights, because you put it in their hands by hiring a lawyer, waiving your rights to speak. That's why the lawyer speaks on the behalf for you, because you're dead to law and you're not allowed to speak. That's why you hire a lawyer. They're officers of the court. Their job is to protect the corporation at all costs, no matter what. And if you want to go further into detail about this, you can read the case law. Sapp versus Tallahassee, as a matter of fact, I know a little bit about that one. That was basically about this woman. She, if I'm not mistaken, I read it a while back. This woman actually was in a hotel, and I believe it was like 4 or 5 guys who made an attempt to rape her. I believe they were successful with it. I can't quite remember, but you can read up on it yourself. But I know it was about 4, 5 guys maybe who made an attempt to rape this lady. And long story short, she took it to court. And when she took it to court and she explained the story, the judge looked at her in her face and told her these exact words right here. It is not the duty of the police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation and arrest code breakers. And this still goes on today, people. That's why you see all these police killings and, you know, they getting off and stuff like that. They have what you call diplomatic immunity, because their job is to protect the corporation. And this is why, you know, it's not all their fault, but, you know, once you take the job and you sign up for it, this is the things you are subject to. That's why you see some of these cops, they even smiling on their mugshots. If you go back to, it was a movie called Fruitvale Station. And when you get to the end, it happened in Oakland, California, I believe. And when you get to the end of that movie and they're rolling the end credits and stuff, you see that cop smiling on his mugshot. Smiling on his mugshot for killing that guy. The story of Fruitvale Station. He's smiling because he knows he's getting a slap on the wrist. He knows he's protected by this very thing right here. that I keep repeating, because I'm going to beat it in your head so that you got a clear understanding of it. It is not the duty of the police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation and arrest code breakers. So all that going around marching, breaking in stores, rioting, it doesn't matter. And it's not going to solve anything, because we have things like this into play. This very stuff right here, Fruitvale Station. Yeah, the guy name was Oscar Grant. And the cop was smiling on the mugshot. He only got I think the cop only did 6 months. 6 months in jail for that. So, yeah, there you have it, people. I'm out. Till next time.